So Anthony Joshua managed to come through with a very impressive third round technical knockout of Eric Molina in order to defend the IBF World Heavyweight Championship. Pretty easy fight to call. Joshua pretty much dominated. Molina was very tentative early on. Was kind of lunging in with a very occasional shots. Landed maybe a couple to the body, some grazing shots to the head, but otherwise it was pretty much all Joshua. Joshua pounded through Molina's guard. Molina actually did show a fairly good defense early on, but the fact that he really wasn't showing very much offense or any kind of like real counterpunching in the opportunities that he had to counterpunch, Joshua was pretty much able to just kind of walk him down, go forward and throw punches with pretty much whenever he chose to. Joshua just kind of unloaded his offense for the most part. This fight looked a bit more like the Charles Martin fight than it did either the Brazil or the White fight. So I just think that Joshua did the job. He went in there, busted through Molina's guard, busted through his defense, and was able to kind of get him up against the ropes, land some big power shots, drop Molina, and then from that point, after Molina got up, which was actually kind of a surprise, he wound up getting hurt badly, staggered up against the ropes, and the ref finally stopped it with Molina damn near slumped over the ropes. He was about to get knocked cold. He was he was completely out of it. It just goes to show Joshua's power is something to really be reckoned with. 18-0 with 18 knockouts now, and they announced right after the fight that he's going to be fighting Vladimir Klitschko on April 29th in Wembley Stadium to be a unification for the vacant WBA Super Heavyweight title as well as the IBF Heavyweight title. So I mean that's it. I think that's going to be a really good fight, a solid fight to look forward to. Of course, Vladimir Klitschko is looking to try and put the demons of the Tyson Fury fight in the past. Now that Fury's on his sabbatical and or whatever exactly he's doing whenever he decides to come back, I'm sure he'll probably wind up coming back into the fold once that fight takes place. Because Tyson Fury can never stay out of the headlines, man. He always has to be the center of attention. So I'm sure we'll be seeing him fairly soon. As for Joshua and Klitschko, it's a fantastic fight, man. You know, uh, Practically, it's kind of the two top fighters in the division in Tyson Fury's absence. I mean, you got the guy that has overall pretty much dominated the heavyweight scene for a number of years outside of the Fury fight against Anthony Joshua, who's looking like the best young guy on the rise, the best young gun on the rise. Just brutal knockout power, good technical skills, managed to dispose of Eric Molina much more impressively and without as much drama as Deontay Wilder did. One of his closest related peers in terms of just people trying to match up who the best fighters are in the division. And I mean, just a fantastic fight between two big punchers. This could very well be a don't blink fight. Fury likes to come at you with full force, full power, and Klitschko loves it when fighters come at him. Klitschko tends to be a bit more of a counterpuncher. Joshua tends to be a bit more of a lead puncher. So I think this is going to be a good fight, man. This is going to be just two heavy-handed guys. If Joshua lands a clean shot on Klitschko, it could be lights out. If Klitschko lands a clean shot on Joshua, it could be lights out. Joshua, I mean, was definitely stunned when he fought Dillian White, and Klitschko is probably the hardest puncher Joshua has fought or might ever fight. I mean, just by virtue of the sheer power that the man commands. I mean, the right hand is still nasty. That left hook is still nasty. He's disposed of guys with either of those punches. Same for Joshua. Joshua has a great right hand, a fantastic left hook. Both guys have power on both hands. You could see any number of punches potentially ending it from either fighter in this fight. And we might even see somebody getting up off the canvas in order to win this fight. I think that's the type of fight that this could potentially turn out to be. Depending exactly on what strategy each man uses for the fight. Of course, Vladimir tends to try to make his fights a bit more negative, a bit more drama free. I think Joshua seems a bit more willing to kind of fight through the fire and have a dramatic fight and be able to kind of come back in order to win. But we shall see. I mean, you can't necessarily count Klitschko out of that type of fight as well. Back when he fought Samuel Peter the first time, that was very much that type of a fight. The Brian Jennings fight was even getting pretty gritty in there, and Klitschko managed to pull through and get the W there. So I mean, I think this is a really really good fight to be looking forward to, and it's nice to see that in 2017 that fights such as this, fights such as the potential Joseph Parker versus Hughie Fury fight might actually get made, and 2016 was a year of disappointment in terms of the heavyweight division. Hopefully 2017 will be the year of anti-disappointment, of excitement, and of just exciting matchups and good fights for the heavyweight division. The premier division definitely needs to try and get its shine back. A lot of the other divisions have been stealing a lot of the thunder over the last several years, including 2016 in a major way. So here's the hoping that 2017 is a year for the heavyweights to try and get things back in order and try and get some of the spotlight back. It's not even necessarily just about favoritism for the divisions, but especially when heavyweight boxing does well on the world stage, people will tend to pay more attention to the sport as a whole, which is always a good thing, I think. And there's still nothing quite like a great heavyweight fight when the action is really fierce. So I'm hoping that the Klitschko versus Joshua fight, nothing bad happens to it, and I'm hoping that the fight turns up and turns out to be a fantastic one. But Joshua did his job here against Molina today, very impressive fashion, and I'm definitely looking forward to the fight with Klitschko. There's not too many fights not even just in the heavyweight division, but really in the sport that you can say that like, yeah, that's one that every boxing fan is going to be looking forward to majorly. So that's all I got to say on this one, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.